G'day, trainers, and welcome back to episode 3 of Pokemon Dungeons and Dragons Behind the Scenes, the companion series to our mainline Pokemon D&D campaign, where myself and other players get together to discuss what happened previously on the campaign, usually just what happened on that last episode, but of course, as we go further on, we're going to be picking up more and more clues, more and more hints, and we essentially use this time to discuss it, theorize, and do our best to not get sucked into some metagaming. Joining me today, we've got Christmas, who plays Volt the Third.
Yo, hey everyone.
We got Sam, who plays Finn Mizuko.
Howdy.
Oh, I loved it. That was great. And of course, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna because it's my channel. Your main protagonist, Jet Blackthorn. Your main protagonist. No, we're all the main protagonists. It's a five-man main. That's it. It's just a five-man main. And guys, we are the Viridian 5. Guys, what the hell happened in this last episode? I kind of want to go step by step, but there was some real acts of violence.
Yeah, it was a wild one. To put it mildly, it was wild. It started off pretty tame, but it very much went off the rails pretty quickly.
Yeah. Okay, and I do want to get to the really fun stuff, but we probably should go in order. So obviously we spawned back in. We joined back in after most of us, everyone except for Burgess, had an encounter in the previous episode at the end of episode 2. And well, some of our people needed medical attention. We knew there was a bit of an altercation between Jet and Cooper. So Cooper had to go and get healed up. We, of course, also had some injured Pokemon, so we ran back to the Pokemon Center. And I'll be honest, so I ended up suggesting that... I didn't even suggest, I just asked, should we continue on to Pewter City and the first gym, or double back to Pallet Town? And I was surprised. Everyone, it was just unanimous. Head back to Pallet Town. What were your thoughts, guys? Why go along with such a weird, change of pace?
Well, I don't know about unanimous. Fergus was a bit reluctant. He had no interest in going to Pallet Town.
That's true.
In terms of Finn, he's kind of just along for the ride, really. If the group wants to go, then he'll go, and that's pretty fair. I mean, it's a group thing.
Yep.
I wasn't gonna follow Fergus. He's a bit too shady at this point. His character is odd. I don't know how to feel about him, and at this stage, I kind of just go on with the flow.
Yeah, and there's clearly two least trustworthy members of our 5-man of the Viridian 5. Burgess is definitely one of them, because he does some pretty shady stuff. He obviously started off the whole campaign by robbing a store. Granted, he's gone on to justify it by calling the owner a crook, but still, man, a crime's a crime. And then there's been quite a few threats of violence, and then, of course, that finally culminated in actual violence against an old man. Like, I don't know what's going on with him. I'm intrigued, don't get me wrong. I'm excited to see where this goes, but he's probably the biggest wild card, I think.
Wild card is definitely the word for it.
Yes. Yes, so obviously the other one being Volt the Third, but I'm still sticking with it. He's made some dodgy choices. He's made some terrible choices. But out of the two, I still think he wants to get along as part of a group. He'd actually be the most cooperative out of the two and the least likely to just sort of snap in like some sort of crazy bipolar schizophrenic rage.
Well,
that's just that's an accurate thing. That's not a joke about mental health. That's just an accurate diagnosis from someone who's not trained in medicine at all. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm seeing it. Christmas?
where do I begin? Yeah, no, I think that Fergus, I was very intrigued. I mean, off metagaming a bit there, none of us knew that he kind of killed off the old man because we're all in the
He didn't
Pokemon
die.
he
getting items.
attempted to.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. He attempted to, but we didn't know that he poisoned him, which is a bit harsh. But yeah,
Oh,
I don't
really?
know why.
Was that harsh? That's what was
I mean,
harsh.
yeah, I think that was the biggest shock of the episode is the fact that he tried to poison the old man. Like it was
Okay.
pretty brutal.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, also we've got to talk about the fact that you two did a polar 180 from not wanting to listen to the old man at all to now best buddies with him and wanting to
Yes.
pamphlet up.
Now,
Why
yes,
did we
think
go
I,
back for the
I,
pamphlets?
no, hold on. I actually wanted to bring that up, and I meant to bring it up with Amy. I think in the future we can't do things like that. I think if we missed our chance, we can't just double back and be like, oh, actually, no, I'm making up a reason to get it. Honestly, I think Amy honestly should come up with a reason to somehow make Finn and I think Vergus lose our pamphlets. I don't think we should have them. Like, thank you, Amy, for letting us do it, but be a little bit more harsh because at that point we knew there was something up to it. So
Yeah.
we screwed up. We missed our opportunity. I don't like the idea that we could just go back. 1 second, guys.
One.
I mean, but mind you, you did also get the lumberry from it as well. So
That's true. Yeah.
you also did get a little bit of an advantage. What was your thoughts on the pamphlet itself?
Like obviously, after we finished that session where we kind of snubbed him, we learnt that it was kind of an important thing to get, and we sort of retconned said thing. I kind of wish I had taken it in the first place. I don't know why I didn't, but yeah, I kind of brushed over it. I haven't really delved into the pamphlet, and I guess
think
it would
it's-
make sense for us to lose it.
I mean, it would make sense for you to lose
Yeah.
it, but I think there's a lot of information on there. I kind of had a look at it, and I think from my thoughts of it, I'm just like, I don't particularly understand. But I mean, if we're making a document on it, obviously it's pretty important. But I 100% agree. I think the biggest thing in this whole campaign is every little piece of information matters. Whether or not you want to accept something could make or break in terms of knowing what's happening in the campaign and what that will do. So I think that's something that you and Finn got pretty lucky on.
Yes.
Last
Yeah.
episode.
And I think something we all know, obviously this is the first time any of us have properly played D&D, or a D&D style game, because obviously this isn't really D&D. Something we're going to try to have to learn to do, I think, is make decisions based on our characters' personalities and not decisions based on our personalities or us trying to think of it as a game. We've got to try to think of it as we are characters. How would we respond in this situation?
Yeah.
Which is what I did in episode 2, why I sort of blew past the religious nut job, only to come back and get that pamphlet. And I'm not a fan of that decision. I shouldn't have done it. And as soon as I did it, I'm thinking like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to tell Amy, let's not do that again.
I mean, I'll call it how I see it. I was just like, bro, that is hella metagaming. What do you mean?
Agreed.
Yeah, like I
Agreed.
said, once we learned that it was, a pretty important thing to have, we decided to go back for it. And if we lose it down the line, that's fine. I can see why we should.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I still stick by me going back to apologize to the old dude, but it should have been something like, oh, I've got no, or he shouldn't have offered me one at all, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Maybe-
again, that's something we'll get better at.
Maybe Vergus's actions against the old man might cause a bit of spite between the three of you that didn't get it. Because did Vergus originally get it in episode 2?
No, he also sort of snubbed him off.
Backtracked. Yeah, so maybe his actions will cause the old man to snatch the pamphlets off you, or
On
you
our
know,
way
something.
back through Viridian City.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got to go back through. That's
We're
true.
gonna have to go back, yeah.
We might
Unless
get
we want
jumped
to
by
try
him.
to become unless we want to all jump on the back of Peaches and try to swim to Cinnabar Island. I don't think you want to go there though, do you, Volt?
Not particularly. My character might be a bit upset.
Might be a bit opposed.
Yeah, a little, and I think that we're a bit underleveled for Cinnabar Island right now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
no.
there's nothing there at this point anyway. There's no wild Pokemon, so it's just that. Really, we'd probably end up in the ocean. We'd die because we'd be hitting up like level 50, 60, 70 Pokemon on the way there.
Yeah,
we would just be.
We struggled enough with the things that were put in
We
front of us.
struggled so much with that first fight.
Yeah, damn. I mean, I love the new battle mechanics. I think that it's really
it was a good idea.
engaging. but wow, they're strong. Like you've got to
Yep.
be very cautious. Like, and credit to you, to Pokeboy as well, jumping into it, because you went
I did
every
all
single
I did
battle.
all battle.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, nah, look, I'm quite happy I got Surge lost in the first battle, so I was just like, I'm gonna pick very carefully when I battle.
Yeah. And that actually adds a bit of maybe a bit of strategy to it as well, because we know just because say maybe only I go for it, those Pokemon aren't going to get leveled down. They're still going to be much stronger. I might not be able to handle that. It's just a one trainer going up against it. So I'm interested to see how that develops. Obviously, it was a little bit choppy, but I don't think that was the system. I think that was us just trying to properly learn how the battle system would go. But yeah, that'll definitely get better in time.
Yeah.
Just more
Um,
exposure. We'll be
yeah,
right with it.
yeah.
We'll be right with it.
Another thing I do want to make sure, similar to the doubling back for the pamphlets, I don't want to see what Volt did anymore. I don't want to be able to run back to a Pokemon Center whenever we want. I guess you could make a bit of an argument for it in his sake. We would only just entered Route 1. But something we'd need to put in place is how long does it take to heal? We'd have to actually factor in travel time, because the rest of us, we might have been, 5Ks down the road by the time, not Cushion, Surge was healed and they got back to us. So yeah,
I
that's
agree.
something we'll definitely need to do.
I think it was a tad overpowered, the fact that I could run back and do it and still come back and join. I mean, mind you, I did miss out on Battle 2. So I didn't actually decide to join in Battle 2. And that was more strategic than it was actually the fact that I'd just run back from the Pokemon Center. So
yeah. Speaking of Battle 2, not a lot happened in the actual battle. But quite a bit happened between the two of you while the rest of us were battling. Want to walk us through that, guys?
I decided, I took it upon myself, I guess, that rather than break the flow of the battle and, extend the time for this session, that maybe we could utilize the text chat and sort of have some off-screen conversation going to sort of keep the flow moving and help things get along. I mean, obviously with the sound still on Roll20 on the recording, it's not like you can miss it if you're paying attention. So it works. And I was you've mentioned my character could possibly have some sort of trauma in his past, and I've
He
decided,
does. I promise
yes,
you.
I've
I promise
decided
everyone
that
does.
I'm very much going to lean into that, and this was an opportunity to sort of, play it up a little bit after the events of the first battle of the session, and I guess some form of redemption for denying Volt giving me a Magikarp in the first session. It could be seen. Sort of trying to grow a bond with another member of the group, but they're bonding over trauma.
Yeah, because
well,
we kind of know the trauma that we know of is obviously we know that Volt's parents died in the eruption of Cinnabar Island, and then his grandma died. We don't know why. Maybe natural causes. She was old, maybe probably, but maybe not. We know that obviously something. Well, some of us know that there's been some pretty intense stuff happening in the Hoenn region, which displaced you and your family. And everyone knows that. Actually, I think everyone but my trauma has actually been touched on.
I think so.
Because yeah, Cooper is all about how bullies back in the Unova region, and then Vergus, it was revealed that his brother had died and left him the Oddish.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, I'm the mystery character at this point.
I would say Vergus is still a bit of a mystery.
No, I would too.
I'm yet to figure out the cause of his actions, especially in this session.
Yeah. And actually, we'll get back to this real quick. We actually moved past the single most horrendous act that happened in this session, and that was during Battle 1. Volt, would you well, Chris, would you like to walk us through what happened with Volt?
yeah, I will start. So the way it started was Jet went into the encounter, pretty much threatened her. Straight off the
Hold on.
bat.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
What?
whoa, whoa,
What?
whoa,
What? What?
whoa.
Hold on a
I,
second.
I,
I'm going to narrate this, and I'm going to come back to
No.
it escalated from me as well. I'll admit, but I'm
No,
pretty sure.
No, explain it then. Explain it as you say it. I'm getting sick of this me bullying and threatening people bull crap.
I mean, you went in there. She asked you, "Would you like to battle?" And you pretty much turned around and said, "Well, there's 5 of us. Do you really want to take this on?"
she
I
was
turned
confident.
around. Yeah, no, I'm
that wasn't
almost
me.
certain that you did it. I'm
No,
pretty certain it was you because we were
it was
following
you,
you as a
dude.
group.
It
I
was
didn't
you.
turn around and say 5v1.
You turned around and said, "Do you really think you can take all of us on?"
No, I
Or
turned
maybe that
around
was
and said,
maybe it was Vergus.
it wasn't me because I
But it
turned around
wasn't
and
me.
said, "Do you know who you're talking to? I'm the Pokey Slayer here. Like,
That's
you
right, I do
really
remember
don't
that.
know." So I said the Pokey Slayer comment, and she said, "I've never heard of your title." So I was a bit upset because that title is got some meaning to it, right? It's not something to take lightly. I take it very seriously. And so I was offended. I walked into the battle very offended. And she knocked out Surge.
Can you just quickly describe to everybody who this trainer was? Just roughly age, stuff like that.
She was a young,
Yeah, would you
new
say age
trainer.
was still in, single digits?
I don't think we ever specified on terms
It was
of
definitely
age.
single digits.
I think it was a 12 thrown around, maybe.
I think it was 8, man. I think it was a young
No,
trainer.
I don't think it would have been 8. It would have been weird. 5 18-year-old boys hovering around an 8-year-old girl.
Yeah,
So it'd
exactly.
be pretty scary for her. Anyway,
Well,
exactly.
It certainly
but
did get
mind
scary
you,
for her.
It certainly did get scary for her.
But mind you, she had a little bit of an attitude to her. So I went in there. She knocked out Surge. I don't appreciate that, right?
It was a
Volt.
Pokemon battle.
I'm Volt, right? I take electricity pretty
like
seriously.
to point out that the assault happened before Surge got knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
This is true. Yeah, no, this is true.
Because you both did this thing.
Yes, and so we decided that it'd be a good idea to pull some tricks and rip her face to shred. Surge
Yeah,
joined
nice
me
trick.
as a loyal Pokemon. Yeah, no, it was great. Look, it helped. It helped. It weakened her. So we both decided to rip her face to shreds. I think.
How did you do it exactly?
Bitter. So did
Yes.
Surge. Yep. I guess from previous episodes, seeing that we could hurt other people, took it upon myself that violence is okay. So I just thought, well, if we're hurting people, then I'm going to hurt her. I want to make sure that she knows that I'm not just a Pokey Slayer anymore. I'm a Bite Slayer
You're
as
the
well.
Minor Slayer.
Yeah, look, I don't care if it's an 8-year-old. I don't care if it's a 29-year-old. I will hurt people if they want to battle and they don't take my title seriously.
So during this battle, it wasn't after. Nothing had happened. It was a very friendly battle. Volt launches in and literally to this child sinks his teeth into her face and starts ripping the flesh off her face. Like
you forgot Surge also joined me on this.
And then his Pichu also jumped in and started biting this poor girl's face.
Yeah, it took a turn very quickly.
It got intense very quickly.
It was pretty gruesome. And then I had to, when I went back to the Pokemon Center, I had to remove flesh from my teeth. So I did tear blood and a bit of flesh as well. But I don't regret it. I was very upset, and I took accountability of that, and that leads to our conversation with me and Finn.
So you were upset that she didn't recognize a title that we, as in the Viridian 5, your fellow companions had given you 5 minutes beforehand.
Yeah.
You're mad that everyone in the world didn't know of that.
Yeah, no,
it wasn't
I
like
was
telepathically transmitted to everyone.
Maybe my bond with the people that I am in my group is very important to me. It's very sacred, and I found it disrespectful. So I decided to sink my teeth into it because she wasn't listening to me.
How wasn't she listening to you?
She didn't listen to my title. She said titles don't mean anything to me. I was trying to explain my title. She didn't listen.
But you didn't end up slaying a Pokemon either.
I did. What do you mean? I slapped the Beedrill as well.
Yeah, but you didn't. you knocked it out though, but you didn't go up and kill this Pokemon.
Well, she returned it to her Pokeball before I had an opportunity. Who knows? She wasn't too quick on that. Pichu might have been. Oh, actually, Pichu was knocked out at that point. Maybe Cushion was a bit hungry. Who knows? Might have been a bit of cannibalism, but with Pokemon.
Pokey cannibalism exists.
Yeah. No, well, there you go. Yeah, could have been. We might have been a bit hungry.
All right. Where? Okay. After that.
Where do we go from after that?
I offered this young girl a first aid kit that I'd purchased at the Pokemon to try to heal up her physical injuries, and it worked. Unfortunately, there was no healing. Well, there might have been. I just wasn't interested in it, in trying to heal her mental or emotional damaged life.
She certainly learnt a life lesson very early.
Well, I do have to say, I think her parents are to blame a little bit in this. Depending on how old they are, I don't know if I would let my children run around the woods with monsters, arcing up against 18-year-olds.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, actually.
We just point out the fact that you just blame the victim as well.
Yeah, no, I blame the victim's parents.
Okay.
Even worse.
No, I'm kidding. Oh, damn.
Okay, tell us about your little conversation you guys had.
Hold on. Before we get into it, and we will get into combo, but I did go and try and apologize. She ran off. I mean,
no way.
Clearly understandable, but hey, look, I did try and backtrack a bit. I mean, off game here, I actually just thought of, on the top of my head, what is a dirty manipulation trick that I can do when I was in the middle of the battle. The first thing that came to my head for some morbid reason is to bite. I should have just shoved trick.
That's
or
assault.
Kicked.
That's battery.
It's more than assault. It's like attempted murder, bro. I'm trying to eat her face. Like, it's pretty bad. But yeah, no, I just, the first thing that came to my head was that I wanted to bite her face, and I did. I
just went a little Alf Stewart on her.
I did. Yeah, no, I did. I went
That's
I went pretty horrific on it, and yeah, look, I went to apologize, but she ran off. So,
rightfully so.
I mean, yeah, I still stand by the fact that poisoning the old man was the biggest shock in this episode.
My God. I will state, after that, Jet hasn't come to a decision about whether he's going to call Officer Jenny about this. He's pretty shocked about this violence against a child. It was pretty bad.
Nah, she had to come and she'd be put in her place.
Yeah, no, I mean, as you said, the parents shouldn't have let him wander around the forest of the Pokemon. You never know who comes across.
Just trying to take some heat off my old friend Chris here.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, let's just get into your conversation.
So it started with a bit of a rejection, to be honest. So I went to place my arm over Finn, and he leaned away. And so I moved my character away from him and just said, you know what? I'm going to exclude myself away from him. And then my dearest old friend Finn here came over and placed his arm on my shoulder, which is very nice. Closed my eyes in a bit of a shock with how gruesome the battle was. Which I'm more scared of that than apparently ripping someone's face off. But he comforted me. I was very thankful for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a little bit shaken. When Cooper was screaming his poison sting, I was jumping a little. So, didn't take it away, my friend.
Well, I mean, going past the sheer fact that Cooper's roleplay was killing me at the time, I don't know. I took it as a time to get some character moment in and learn a bit more about Volt. And obviously, my trauma had left me a bit shaken, but I moved past my own problem and tried to comfort Volt in the time. So he kind of, gave me a bit of back story into why he did what he did and how he felt afterwards, which makes sense. I was
Yeah,
also a bit scared of the battle.
it was it was pretty interesting to see. Cooper got right into it, which is great to see. Like he got
Yes.
very hyped up with his moves, but I did release a little bit of my backstory to you,
Yes,
which
you did.
not a lot of people have known until this moment. So it's a bit of an Easter egg there. But I like the fact that we were talking off script and not with the battle. We weren't interrupting anything,
Yeah.
dragging it on. Because if we were doing that, that battle would have lasted decades.
Oh yeah, we would have been going for like nearly 5 hours if we had just tried to move all this character moment into the play.
Yeah, look, it was a really clever idea. And that's just one of the things we're going to sort of develop to help progress the story and character arcs as we go. Because you're right. Look at session 2. We were sitting there for like 5 hours for that one and did almost nothing until like the last 40 minutes. So
Yeah.
definitely little things like this are going to be great. And it also plays because not everyone's going to be looking at that. Like, not all of us players will be looking at that, which makes sense because,
Yeah,
if
that's
you
like
two were off having a private conversation, the rest of us wouldn't know about that.
yeah. I mean, I up until now hadn't even looked at the conversation between Fergus and Cooper because I just I considered that my character's not hearing it, so why should I, as
Yep.
the player, be reading it?
Yeah, 100%. So I did eyeball the first few, and then I'm like, wait, hold on. This might actually help me stay a little bit more in character if I don't read them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do my best to not read anything that I'm not either eavesdropping on or directly a part of, because I think
I caught brain worms and I just checked out.
What was next? Oh, sorry.
Well, there was that second battle with it was a bug catcher boy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, was he the one with the spinner rack?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, spinner rack. What was the other one that he had though? Spinner rack, was it 2?
I think it was.
He was. He
This
had.
one was a. Can't remember the second. He had
I think
spinner
the
rack and
second was
something.
just a bug. The first was bug poison because Cooper tried to poison him using Ekans, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
Who was the second Pokemon?
It wasn't Metapod because that was the third battle,
No, Metapod wasn't the third.
wasn't it?
The
think
last battle was Shroomish, Sunflora, and Petal.
Petalil.
Yeah, Petalil. So yeah, maybe it was Metapod then, and I think that's why.
It must have been.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, no, I think Vergus missed out, didn't he? That one.
Yes. It he missed out on that second one, and then because he missed out on that second one, it forced him to get involved in that third one.
Yeah, that would make sense. And I think because he saw the Metapod in there as well, and he's just like,
That's right. Because he complained, saying, "Damn, why did I miss out on the easy one?" When we busted it in the fight before.
Yes, well, some of us did.
I mean, that's the best thing about the battles is that, yes, we rolled for intuition before, but we don't know what to expect when we go in there. We're only given typing, and that's it.
Yeah. Now, I'm pretty sure Sam, you might have. I think Jack, the one who plays Vergus, is probably the one most likely to. Did you guys pick up the mistake Jet made in the battle? If you remember, he said he made a mistake and then had to come back. And actually, I think, Chris, we've already spoken about this on one of our Pokemon Unite streams.
Yeah.
It was involving the Larvitar, wasn't it?
It was involving Larvitar.
Was it sending it out when it doesn't have a move that's effective against a grass type at the time?
No. So it was. So I sent out Larvitar against the bugs. Larvitar being a dark type is bug type super effective against dark type.
Yes.
And I only had dark type moves apart from struggle. So as soon as I did that, I was regretting it. My Charmander was really injured. He only had 11 HP left, which sucks because Charmander could have swept that entire place if I had kept it.
Well, you saw how well Vulpix did.
Well, that was the thing. I didn't realize I didn't buy any potions. That I was going through my inventory and I'm like, wait, why haven't I bought any? Why have I got no potions? So if we get a chance to get some at the Oak Corral, great. If not, I might have to wait till we get back to Viridian City.
Well, at least we've got to go back through there. I think that's also the other thing that we did miss out on talking about is the new items in the Poke Store as well.
Oh, they were cool.
Yeah, some of
Amy's
them
done
are really
a
cool.
really great job with this. Every time there's just additions, there's different requirements. It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
not much else to say. It's just really cool. It's impressive.
Yeah, some of us felt less prepared from the first shopping session, so they, made up for it with this one.
Yeah, and I don't know. I reckon maybe we could even implement something like if before the session happens, Amy lets us know what's going to be in stock there. And then instead of us all sort of going in and, spending 30 minutes asking and buying and haggling, if we implement some sort of like an item order, so we sort of just hand the guy an order of everything we want and then they hand it to us, that then has the benefit that you guys have no idea what I've just purchased. Because there was a thing, I think it was Volt, because he ordered first. He didn't pick up a canteen at first, and he was gonna leave. But then after he heard me buy a canteen, he doubled back and was like, "Wait, hold on, I'm getting that canteen." So I think there'll be a bit of a strategy if we could do that. Amy, 100%. Let's just do that. Let's do like item orders before each session. Let us know what's going to be available at that store, and we will just do like an order. That way we can keep it super private. I'm excited. I'm so excited about that. There's so much possibility, man.
Yeah, well, I have my list written down, so I guess it makes sense to be able to, pass it off, especially if we want to save time moving forward.
Yeah, because that sort of stuff where we all want to have an action, and they're all very similar actions, are not only going to be very time consuming, but probably not overly interesting to watch unless something actually happens.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, it's definitely interesting to see, some of the items that were implemented as well. Like I'm just looking at it now, like the camping rations is really cool. The flashlight, energy cell, pocket knife. I believe there was a flint and steel cooking set. That fact that we had to get a sleeping bag. Thank God, Cooper, you saved me with it. You can come bunk with me. I'm just like, oh no. But yeah, no, I agree. I think something like that would be cool because otherwise, if I miss out on something, that I can just stay in the store and be like, oh yeah, no, I want to buy one of those too.
Yeah, and it's kind of like running back to a Pokemon Center to heal. You don't want to be doing it. It's sort of you get that chance there to do it, then great. Then
every opportunity we have to streamline something is a good opportunity to take, and I think.
Yes, 100% agree.
Sure.
Yeah. So there were a few items I didn't pick up that other people did, and they were probably going to be more essential items. But because of my Pokemon, I didn't feel the need to get them. Like I didn't pick up a Flint and Steel because I've got a Charmander.
Yeah.
What am I going to need to sit there striking Flint against Steel to try to start a fire when I'm just like, yo, Ember.
You have to roll for succession though?
I doubt it. If it's not in a battle, I would be very, very surprised if she made us do that because it's just a basic Pokemon move. Yeah, there were things like that. The fact that we are going to be able to like drink our water Pokemon's water gun, but it has to be in a canteen, which is why I asked that question because I'm like, oh, am I going to need canteens then? Or can I just have like my Peaches? I'm so sorry to everyone that hears this, and Peaches, I'm so sorry you have to hear this. Or can I just be like, I'm not saying it.
You want to guzzle straight from the source, don't you?
Peaches juice. You want peaches juice.
I was gonna say, or no. What I was gonna say is I was gonna be like, or can I just sort of like be like this and be like Peaches squirted in my mouth and just like, and just sort of wait for it.
Gotta get that squirt juice.
Gotta get that squirt juice. Which I'm glad we can't. I'm glad we actually need a way to store it.
Yes, it's one of the reasons I'm glad we missed out on that first episode because I don't know that you were very impressed with my first nickname for my Squirtle, but
oh no, I can't even remember what it was, but I remember thinking, I'm like, guys, this is going up on my YouTube channel. Please, I know
Squirts.
You did call it Squirts. I'm like, oh my god, I was so happy when you changed it. I was so happy when Vergus dropped his very flamboyant accent as well.
Sort of. He's still playing it up.
Not nearly as much as that episode 1.
Oh yeah.
Episode 1, he was very flamboyant.
Oh yeah, it was a bit intense.
Yep. But that's a learning thing.
Yeah. This session really just had most of us sitting around. Oh, well, not sitting around, but just trying to travel through Route 1, heading towards Pallet Town. Did we?
I mean, I'd say the whole thing was us moving through Route 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was.
what I'm hoping is on our way back, we're not going to have to sort of do the whole thing to get back. We'll just be able to do sort of like a time skip sort of thing where we're like, Amy, we're heading back towards Viridian City, and then Amy's like, blah, blah, blah. 3 hours later, you arrive at Viridian City sort of thing.
Yep.
Because again, any chance to streamline, right?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, but she was talking about it off stream, is that she might have more encounters for us on the way back through, which I think, yeah, it's got pros and cons. It's going to burn a lot of time, but
yeah,
maybe not as many encounters and how long it took us to get up.
Yeah, that as well. I was thinking, I'm like, I love the idea of battling, but we did spend like an hour and a half just sort of getting through 3 trainer battles.
Yeah.
Which was weird because we haven't done that before, so we had no idea if it was going to be a success. Now, obviously, if we'd have been using the mechanics from session 2, that would have taken 4 hours. So Amy did a great job streamlining that, but I think we can still work on it further. Maybe increase experience that we get with fewer battles. That way, it'll even out. But yeah, well, that'll always stuff that we sort of develop over time. Okay.
Talk about
next.
Battle 3. My girl.
Is Battle 3 your girl? What's her name? Daisy?
Certainly not Jet's girl, that's for sure.
Definitely not Jet's girl. I was surprised at some of the words that came out of Jet's mouth. And the way he reacted to it. Because I personally don't think what she did was wrong. I'm like, hell yeah, you know what? If you've got something that's going to help you win,
yeah, all power to you.
All power to you. So I have no idea. I'm going to say why Jet, but I have no idea why I played it off like that. So now I'm thinking, oh no, do I need to like bring this into his backstory somehow? Like, he was pushed from his home by a bunch of
flower selling women.
By a bunch of flower selling provocatively dressed women. So now he's just super salty against them.
By some independent work owners.
Yeah. Chris, walk us through your sort of girlfriend.
I mean, I wouldn't really call her my girlfriend off the bat. I mean, she rejected me pretty quickly. I rolled for I believe it was Charm, and I got smashed. I got like a 3, and I was just like, oh, and then she just shut me down pretty quickly. And then my boy Cooper comes in, wingmans me a little. Bob's your uncle, real quick.
I don't want to see us being able to do that either. Not if it's like a sort of like a player encounter. Oh, actually, I don't know.
I mean, like, what benefit did I really have getting a number there?
Oh, no. I'm not saying that there was a benefit. I don't think that it shouldn't have been like that. I'm trying to think from like a story way. Like if we were watching this as a story or reading it as a book, would that make sense? Like,
I mean, you could argue that he came in there and pulled some fast moves on her and was able to convince her and wingman me.
But he didn't though. He gave you the opportunity to roll again.
Yeah, with his feature. But mind you, features are never. Like, would you realistically see, a Pokemon and a person bite some little kid's face off? Probably not. You wouldn't see some dude getting poison sting either. So, or low sweeping someone else.
Yes, you would.
What is that?
All in here. It's the Pokemon Adventures manga. Yes, you see all of that.
Okay.
Is there face biting? Because if there is, I might get sold.
Yeah, I know, right? Can you send me the link?
Let me show you something. Let me show you something worse than the face biting. Keep going.
I want some character development, so send me that book. I might have some couple of good ideas, apparently. But yeah, no, he came in there, wingman me. She was very provocative, is a good way to put it. She was showing a bit of skin, blushing, flirting with a lot of people. We purchased the flowers after. I know that I purchased one after, but
first of all, just real quick, I don't know if I'll get in trouble for this. Where is it? Well, this is hard to do it from here. God, where am I at? Where am I at? Oh wait, it's like over here. That is a Psyduck being melted by an Arbok's acid attack?
That is cool. Cooper, take note.
So yes, it is realistic. You would see all that. By the way,
Okay.
Ken Sugimori, don't copyright me for that, please.
But yeah, she was very provocative and flirting, showing skin. She sold me and Finn. It was before because Finn gave her after. And throughout the battle, I mean, she was making it very clear that Jet did not like strong, independent women.
Amy
and
might
yeah,
have been
let's.
saying that, but that's not the issue. I don't know why he acted. I think he was more offended that she thought that would help her win against Jet. So I think it was more of it hit his pride that she thought that he would succumb to something like that. So I think that's why it was we reacted. But I don't know.
I mean,
there's something.
everyone joining in that final battle. Yes, because
I
I
think so.
Burgess
Yes,
was in it. Cooper was definitely in it. Jet was definitely in it. Finn was in. Yeah, everyone was in. She came out. Yeah, you guys made mince of her. Like
Oh,
your
dude, we
Charmander and
destroyed her.
Vulpix has smashed them. Like, and at the moment, you guys definitely have the root advantage. Like,
oh yeah,
fight,
absolutely.
fight
There
at the
was no
moment.
way I was going to pull my Squirtle out taking on Bug and Grass Pokemon.
No, not making
Yeah.
not going to make the Jet mistake.
No.
Hey, don't count yourself too early, my friend. You might make that mistake in the future. We hope not.
Nah.
We hope not.
No.
Did you have quick
certainly
switch
gonna
as a
try not to.
feature or?
I didn't. So I was happy to give it up because I have no idea. He could have been one shot, so I didn't want my Larvitar getting fainted in one hit.
I think the other thing that I hope the DM brings out is I don't know about you guys, but I felt right. And if you notice it on the the third battle, I did very little damage and never took any damage. I did charm as my move and never had an attempt at hitting me with one of the moves. Whereas Finn, Jet, and Cooper were all targeted because you were doing super effective damage. So I hope there is a way that we can randomize on who actually is the people that she's going to use her 3 or 2 actions against.
Well, it'd be very
because
easy. She could say all 5 of us were in a battle. She could just roll a 1d5, or we'll say it was launching 3 attacks. She could roll 3d5 and just associate each of us a number. Jet's 1, Volt's 2, Finn's 3,
Yeah, I'll
and
just
whoever
go
those
through,
numbers land on.
But won't a 3d5 also roll up multiples as well?
If it does, then if it say you roll a 3d5 and it's 111, then Jet gets hit 3 times. Sucks to be him.
I mean,
that's the beauty.
That's pretty brutal. That's pretty brutal.
It's the risk. That's the risk, though. You want to play a dice-based strategy game. That's the risk you take. That is true random.
Yep. Sometimes it'll go against you. Sometimes it'll work for you.
I'm
if
hoping
anyone
that
should know that, it's
doesn't
certainly
roll.
you. It's certainly you.
Yeah,
yes,
Mr. Getting jumped by a 3 Predator.
I know. I'm a bit shattered that I got that, but hey, that's in the past. In the past.
Yeah, we can't all be getting 4 Pokemon before everyone else.
Yeah, mister. Damn, look at you go. Can't believe you got 4. And it definitely played in handy. What Pokemon did you use this session?
Only my Vulpix.
Yeah.
Did you not use Sandshrew?
Nope. Only use my Vulpix.
Just Vulpix, man. It's all he had to use.
Damn, bro. You smashed it.
Uh-huh.
But we had a lot of people level up as well, which is good.
Yes.
I'm glad that the group is kind of leveling up. Like there is some slow paces, but we've definitely got everyone moving up a bit more, and the money finally we got money coming from Pokemon battles, and do we get a lot by the end?
Oh yeah, you guys needed it too. You guys were going through it fast at the Pokemon
No, I was
Center.
sitting at like $3,000. I was still sitting pretty.
Not by the end of it.
Yeah, bro.
Then
by
your
the
money
end of
wasn't
it,
done correctly.
yeah, it was.
We started with 5.
Yep. And I got the tent for free.
Oh,
I only bought certain things. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm standing on 3,249 at the moment.
Yeah, I'm like 4,250, I think it is.
Oh, crap, I better have a look then. I know I'm in the like high 2000s. I think like I'm still decent.
Yeah.
$4,298.
Keeping in mind, in our first session, I did get discounted for being a good guy. So
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I'm excited for heading to Pewter City, man. I'm gonna breeze through that first gym.
Yeah.
Very, very easily.
Still gotta go through Pallet Town first.
Yeah.
We're already there, man.
One thing at a time.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking of the future.
But I mean, weren't you saying that you believe that was it red or blue? Blue's there.
Blue is there.
supposed to be there.
Wow, okay.
Professor Oak told us that in the first episode.
Wow, okay. What do you think that encounter is going to entail?
I don't think Amy's gonna let us see him.
I'd be very surprised
okay.
if she does.
Yeah.
It's a bit
if
early.
She lets him. It's way too early. He's literally just been dethroned as the Pokemon League champion. There's no way. That being said, maybe we could try and pickpocket him and steal one of his Pokemon.
I mean, the only one that did Fergus is no, he was very terrible at stealing.
Oh damn! No,
High steal.
I've got $3,975, man.
Yes, they were.
You got like
pretty fun.
Yes, a
the
lot.
first one was like 250, then it was like 400 or something.
Finn gave me. I got in on my. Sorry, I got in on Finn's.
You
like
did get in on my
60%
discount.
Yeah. So that came in, and plus I got a pretty decent discount myself early on. So
Very true.
yeah. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen to those that didn't get like a bug-proof netting for their tent.
Yeah.
Because there was an item to keep the bugs out of your tent. I remember watching another Pokemon D&D campaign. I think it might have been Boarding Party. And I think one of them woke up with like Spinarak or an Ariados in their tent, and they ended up getting poisoned while they slept. Because they would have woken up to this big spider just on top of them and just like. Tss. So.
Well,
I mean,
it's
thank
not
God
something
for
that
Cooper.
Vault and Cooper have to worry about because it's already included in the deluxe tent. The Vergus didn't buy anything that second round, did he?
No. Well, we don't know.
No,
He might already have all that because he is a camper.
That's true. That's true.
It's like we don't know what he has.
As someone who in real life is very prone to being attacked by mosquitoes, it was the first thing I added to my list. The
Oh, really?
absolute first thing at the top of my list.
Metagaming. No.
No, I just know how irritating bugs are.
Yeah, that's
there's
fair.
some-
And the fact that we're all Australian, we should probably know
Yes.
that we don't want snakes, spiders, anything else just
Yes.
getting in.
I was the only
Country-based
one that-
metagaming.
Was I the
Pardon?
only one that bought a flashlight?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, did Cooper?
He might have. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm pretty certain, if I remember it correctly,
Yeah,
you bought a
I'm-
flint and steel,
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that Vault is the other one with a flashlight.
Mm.
and he bought a
That's right.
canteen. And yeah, he bought the deluxe. Deluxe is actually a really good deal now that I
Oh
look at it.
yeah,
Like,
man.
Yeah.
I remember saying it. The
So-
deluxe was a crazy good deal.
is it?
Like
So-
especially if you were going to share it with someone all the time, and you guys might have like split the cost of it.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
I mean, just for 2 tents and 2 sleeping bags is 3,000. There's the cost of the deluxe.
I wasn't certain. When Cooper just like traded up, didn't he? He didn't have to pay the difference between the deluxe and the original
he
tent,
did.
did he?
He did.
he?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at
Paid,
first
like,
I
2
thought he
grand.
was just trading up,
Yeah.
and I was going to cause a scene, but then Amy did say, and the difference is this much in cost.
Okay.
So
I mean, he
guess
got a roll for
makes-
charm.
Yeah, and it makes sense in terms of Cooper and Vault. They're the only two that have shown some sort of connection so far, outside of the conversation that Vault and Finn had earlier on.
you don't think Jet and Finn have formed some sort of bond?
Mister,
well,
I don't think you're very
no,
comfortable
you kind
sleeping with anyone.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be comfortable sleeping with them. No.
You got that private room and left me to
Yeah.
bunk with Vergus, so I know. I just kind of assumed.
Yeah, but that was mainly because I wanted to try to. Get
that was
some
that was a
Pokemon sexy
misguided
time.
attempt at
That was a misguided
breeding
attempt.
some Pokemon.
That was a bad idea.
I don't
You're
know.
so
Maybe
lucky,
maybe
so
moving
lucky.
forward, we could zip our tent flaps together.
Nice.
Do you both have bug-proof net?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I think the other thing that I think the other thing that we need to bring up is what is our thoughts on Billy's trauma? What do you think is the reason it's going to make him snap, Finn?
I've been thinking about it. So he keeps
Ooh.
mentioning that there's going to be a certain group of people that we come across that will cause us
If we come across,
if we
I
come
have no
across
idea
them.
if it's even been written into the story.
It's safe to assume it probably will be if it's part of your character's backstory.
That's true.
You keep mentioning that a certain group of people, if encountered, will cause us to see the true nature of Jet.
Oh no, not the true nature. They're
I'm
just
going to
get.
assume it's the true nature.
It's not the true nature. It's gonna be. I have to think what you're seeing now is Jet's true nature. He's just a chill dude. He wants to become a powerful Pokemon trainer. He wants a team full of intimidating Pokemon. But when he encounters a certain person or certain people, let's just say there's a reason he bought a pocket knife at the Pokemart, because he didn't need that. My Charmander could learn Slash and just slash down whatever I need.
Did you buy a pocket knife as well?
Yep.
How come you didn't get the warning about no digging it into someone?
Well,
Because I'm not a psychopath.
Yeah,
I mean,
you've.
I hadn't attacked a little girl at this point. I was literally in the Pokemon just buying a knife.
Yeah, I guess Cooper and Jet should have had the old warning for the violence at that point.
Whoa. I've only acted in self-defense till now.
Yeah, well, you still attacked.
Okay, sorry, yes, sorry. Continue on with your theories about Jet's backstory, because he's the only one who's trauma.
Given the reaction to finding out about the group we found out about in the first session,
Team Nebula?
Yes.
Or Comet?
I can't remember which one it was, but
It was
whichever one
Nebula.
it was,
Nebula's the evil
you
Comet's
had
the good.
a sort of visceral reaction until it was announced which one it was. So putting two and two together, I'm thinking you may have an issue with a Team Rocket.
Maybe.
And to add on to that evidence as well, he also, and I mark his words on this, and if someone in the party turns to this, he is also going to feel the pain. So it is, yes, you did. It is.
Oh, then I stick by it. Even if I didn't, I'm reinforcing it now. Yes, if one of you people decide, if I find out one of you is allied with this group or this person, I really hope you've got some powerful Pokemon to defend you from, not from my Pokemon, but from me.
Good thing you've got that Magikarp.
I'll kick the Magikarp in the face, and all of a sudden it'll become a Gyarados.
Yeah. Little toe poke would be the one thing to push the XP over.
So that's the theory. You think it's Team Rocket?
I'm thinking so.
Why?
Yes.
Why Team Rocket though? I mean, that's the $1 million question. It's definitely a Team Rocket. Like that's definitely established. But why Team Rocket? That's I think
really?
That is what I'm going to be asking.
Didn't Jet get pretty? Didn't he seem to know a bit about what was going on in the Hoenn region? Couldn't it be? Couldn't it be Team Aqua? Couldn't it be Team Mugma? Maybe there's a reason he's been so friendly towards Finn.
No, because if you look at it in the way he reacted with Haley, the first girl in front of the gym, it was very vicious when she mentioned Team Rocket. It's very, very angry. He was very, very brutal to that girl, and all she did was mention Team Rocket. I am 100% sticking with Team Rocket.
She did. It seemed pretty friendly up until she mentioned Team Rocket, and that's when things turned.
I did not think any of you picked up on that.
Well, we did.
We're keeping tabs. We're keeping tabs.
Yes. All right, let me know why. What's my trauma? I'll stick by, man. All 5 of us, man. We're hit with testosterone and PTSD.
We're riddled with it, apparently.
No, I don't want to take a guess at your trauma just yet, but I'm aware that you have a problem with a certain team.
Definitely, I mean, taken note of
Finn shall remember this.
Yes, yeah. He's yeah. No, he was definitely what happened? What city is he originally from?
That is a good question. I can't check his thingamajig.
City.
Something to ask him when he gets back.
We need to.
I don't think.
Kanto?
Maybe. I don't think having Pokemon stolen from you would lead to some form of animalistic hate for them. So I doubt it's something to do with that.
I don't think he's. I don't think he's going to cause violence because of that. I definitely think it's something that Team Rocket's done,
Yeah.
where he's originated from, and I think that's why he's probably a bit standoffish with me as well, because he's got high suspicion that I'm part of this this disbanded group, and hence why he probably has a bit of a vendetta against Volt.
Whoa, what's going on? What's going on? What have I missed?
We're just discussing what your issue may be.
Theories.
Yeah.
Enlighten me.
So I was just we were trying to come to the conclusion as to which town you originated from.
I've told everyone.
Forgotten.
Yes. I need
Literally,
to
look at my
remember.
name.
He can't look at your backstory.
No, look at my name.
Blackthorn, duh. Could do a Blackthorn Team Rocket search on Google.
Oh no! Actually, don't do that. Don't do that. You'll
No,
actually
no.
probably learn something.
No. I'll do that off stream. But I was just saying to Finn, maybe the reason that you aren't getting along with me is because you have high suspicion that you believe I'm part of Team Rocket.
Oh god, I don't. But
Something to
you
consider.
you did state that I think it was BTS 1. I'm pretty sure you said that you've got suspicions that I may be part of Team Rocket.
if I did, I don't have that anymore.
Now, there are a
Okay.
lot of suspicions being thrown around in this group. Cooper and Jet especially seem a bit weary of everyone else. I wouldn't say Finn is, but
No.
Jet is very guarded, is one way to put it.
Yeah, I'd
especially
agree.
when it comes to Volt. I guess the way people have behaved so far have, I don't know, sprung a red flag in Jet's mind and made him a bit on edge.
Yeah.
It's very
Why?
apparent there's some issues that need to be addressed moving forward.
Completely agree. But for the time being, Cooper and Jet are on okay terms.
Yes, for now. For
I
now.
liked how he's like, for now.
That's fine. That's completely reasonable. That's
He did
completely
attempt
reasonable.
to actually work with him in a battle.
I
He
did,
chose to decline it, but
which was probably the smart move.
Yes.
it was Swagger, wasn't it?
I was gonna
Swagger
do
was the move.
Swagger, which would have confused his
Ekans, I think it
Ekans,
was.
but
Yeah, I think it was
increased its
Ekans at the
attack.
time.
So it's kind of a
mean,
high risk, high reward type
Yeah,
thing.
there are small moments where a team is sort of there, but then elsewhere there are a lot of moments that show fractures within the group.
Yes.
I believe it's forming. Is probably how I look at it.
There's bonds forming between characters. Vergus has no bonds with anyone so far. He's an odd duck, to put it mildly. I'm very interested to see how he is going to fit into the group, but I think Cooper seems to be a touchstone for everyone so far, at least for you two. I haven't had a moment with him yet, but you two have seemed to have had moments that have sort of brought you together with Cooper. He seems to be the sort of heart center of the group.
Well, see, I'd make that argument about Finn, because he seems out of everyone the most approachable. He seems that he is going to, he's going to be the easiest one to get along to. He's going to be the easiest one to build and form relationships with.
I guess in a way, yeah. But up until now, I'd been a bit reserved. Cooper's very outspoken and takes action. He's a very action-heavy character.
Yeah, I feel like Sorry.
Yeah, and I guess as so is Jet. So they kind of that's sort of where I saw the friction at the start. But then you kind of have the same sort of playing style where you're in it for yourselves, but you also want to help others. So it's gonna mesh in some way moving forward. I want to see how.
Yeah. Look, I actually think out of everyone and with everyone's current Pokemon, Jet would actually, I think, would form the best team with either Cooper or Vergus. Now, Cooper, because again, I can see, by episode 10, if he can get his hands on some more powerful Pokemon, I can see he and I maybe having the most sort of imposing team. Um, but with the fact that he's got his Ekans, it's obviously got a lot of status moves. And similar to Vergus, he's got his Bulbasaur and Oddish, which can learn a lot of status moves. It can learn Sleep Powder, it can lose Poison Powder, all of this. They could make a really powerful team in the fact that even if they haven't got the powerhouses, say he's teamed up with Vergus, Vergus puts his opponents to sleep, Jet just sweeps that entire team.
Yeah.
Couple of hits, done. Unless, and again, I don't want to know if it hasn't been revealed yet or you don't want it revealed yet. Are either of you going to be taking on the Gym Leader Challenge?
Maybe. So trying to catch Pokemon was my main focus, but maybe the gym challenge may be something to go into, if not just to get some experience, and sort of stop a branching narrative going forward. Can't really have two people doing the gym challenge and then having me running around trying to catch Pokemon, Volt doing whatever he's going to do, and then Vergus camping.
Why not?
I mean, we could, but it's something it would make keeping track of all the different storylines a bit hard.
Well, that's why we need to create a D&D wiki for this.
Someone does. Not me, but someone does.
So no, I think that'd be good because there are obviously, and actually it happened a lot less in this episode, which I was glad to see because especially Cooper came out of his shell in this episode. But you'd really seen in the previous two episodes, Jet has probably spoken the most. He's been the most forthcoming. He's been the one who speaks the most, followed by Volt. And that makes sense based on our real life careers.
Yeah.
But this last episode, man, I didn't feel the need that I had to speak nearly as much. Other people were really, really starting to communicate, and I can't remember where I was going with this or why I started saying this, but it was really good to see.
It's good to see that everyone is getting a bit more confident. Like, I think that it was maybe a lack of confidence from Cooper, knowing him through real life as well.
Yep.
But I think that as we progress, the more comfortable we're going to be. Like, at the moment, I think, speaking for myself, maybe others as well, I just feel like we're having a general chat. Like, I don't feel like it's a game or anything like that, but I do because I love the competitiveness of it all.
Yeah.
But I found that we definitely led a lot of the decisions in the first two, me and Jet. But now I feel it's a bit shift. It's a big shift.
It's definitely becoming more well spread out, more even, more because you both actually, sorry, Finn might not have, but everyone else that's been on BTS so far have all sort of had the same feeling, and that's a kind of Jet has become sort of the pseudo leader of the group. And I think the more the others start to speak out, we're going to start seeing that being less of a, oh, he's our leader or he's leading these decisions, to more of a, hold on, this is going to be something we might end up voting on. It'll be more of it'll be a democracy.
Yeah.
I think that the reason we're seeing it now is the fact that I think that power play of you low sweeping Cooper has shocked a lot of our characters into realizing that we're just as fragile as Pokemon. Like, we're just as fragile. So I think, yeah, and I think it was for lack of better terms, I think it was a dominance effect as well. And I think that us seeing that as a group, we kind of just went, okay, For now, we're okay to follow, and I think that if you're going for the pack of us, like the leader of the pack, you've definitely exerted your dominance so far. But I feel like that's probably not going to last for the entire campaign. I definitely think people are going to outspeak you and challenge your authority on that aspect of it all.
I think they'll challenge that if I start to make bad decisions or stupid decisions. Because it sort of was established earlier. And it wasn't something I was trying to go for either. I didn't actually see us having sort of a default leader of the group.
Yeah.
I always sort of imagined it was just be the five of us doing what we wanted. Very within 5 minutes of this whole campaign starting that we realized that was just not going to happen. So because it sort of had been established real quickly that sort of Jet was the more confident out of the group, I don't see a big shift happening unless I start to suggest or try to move things in a way that people disagree with and that I can't justify. If I start to do that, yes, I think Cooper and Volt would probably be oh god, Cooper, Volt, or Vergus would be the first to speak up.
I don't think it'll be Vegas.
He might
He
not
was
challenge, but I
quite
think
vocal about where we ended up going.
yeah,
this time.
But that's it.
But
That's something that he might.
he kind of submitted because the rest of the group agreed.
Yeah, like he might not challenge, but he'll definitely speak up and make comments.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting. I would be very interested to see the dynamic of how people are going to battle together, like whether people are just going to do purely attacking moves or if we're going to have, like helping hand or things like this where you help boost someone else's attack.
I think it's
you
going to
might see
necessary, man, especially when we get to like tough battles like champion level trainers or legendary Pokemon. We're 100% going to need to be playing a bit more competitive, a bit more strategically.
So Finn, are you going to go for the Pokemon badges as well, or?
Probably, if not only because our current item list for Pokemon, some items require us to have a certain amount of badges to get them.
I think
so. I may have to out of necessity.
I'm sure Amy would change that and adjust it to say if I get 3 badges, then the whole group can do it, sort of thing.
But going back to that sort of de facto leader thing, I think the first episode, obviously, you're like the only one of us that's really spent some time making content before now.
Yes.
You and Jax hasn't done it for a while, so he's kind of fallen a bit off it. But
yeah,
I think the rest of us
comfortable.
Yeah, you were more comfortable in that, and being your channel, I think we kind of just wanted to let you sort of lead.
Yeah.
But as confidence has grown, I've noticed that everyone wants to talk a bit more, and everyone feels a bit more comfortable. It's good to see. I felt a lot better in this session actually saying things as opposed to like sort of sticking to the background a little bit. Yeah, it's good to see everyone sort of, especially Cooper, getting into it this session. Which
he really got so into it, man.
Really killed me. You can see me dying every time he shouts out a move. Yeah, it's everyone coming out of their shell is definitely good for the game.
Oh yeah, 100% agree, man. What? Let's get back into the story a little bit, man. Tell us, you walked away with the girl's phone number, buddy.
I think that it's nothing like too crazy on that one. I don't think that it's going to come into play. I think it was just more like a bit of a content thing.
Just boys being boys.
Yeah, just boys being boys. I mean,
careful, mate. It's like the most dangerous getting cancelled thing you can say.
Well, boys being boys.
Finn was a gentleman.
Hey, was I rude? I didn't.
No.
Well, when
one of us was. One of us was rude. No, two of us were rude.
Yeah, hold on a second. What was the words you were calling my supposed girlfriend?
I called her a hoe bag,
a harlot,
and I think I called her a charlatan
and a slut.
I might have called her a slut,
and
that I
definitely called her a slut.
I definitely did, and I regret that only because, well, she didn't do anything that would indicate she was a slut.
Not only that, man, I like at that point there, I was very tempted, and I knew it would probably not be a good idea, but I was very tempted to come to a raid and to attack you. Like I was just like, all right, well, if you want to go down that that route, then let's go. I was tempted, and I'm like, yeah, nah, maybe now is not the opportunity, not the opportunity now. Especially, I was critically weak with, I think I had cushion out at the time, but I was just like, hey, look, it might be tying into my backstory a little. Could be that.
Your
Could be
grandma ran a
just
brothel.
wow. And so I'm just what I'm. I'm just one of those dudes that wear a top hat and just come to every girl's aid.
Yeah. Yeah. Servalt.
Servalt. Gonna just transform into a wolf, am I? Oh wow. No, I think it was just more like it was just a bit of banter. It was nothing like cynical or anything like that. I think it was just I think it was pretty funny that I got to put it in my inventory as a as something. So I've got Daisy's phone number sitting there. So if the DM put something in there, I'll laugh. I think it'll be a pretty cool little Easter egg.
Yeah. I mean, what happens if you get a call from Daisy in 9 months being like, hey, we need to talk?
Wow. I mean, look, we're all 18. We're all 18. We're all 18.
Look, man, I love you guys, but I don't know if I want to do this. And I love my kids, but I don't know if I want to travel the Pokemon world with an infant.
Yeah, no, I think it'll make my character a bit unique. Just,
Dude, I'd be
Like he
worried
isn't
you would
already.
use the baby to sabatage other people.
you
Like, you
think
would
that me and Serge are gonna bite someone? Wait till you see what my baby's gonna do.
Oh, yeah.
Baby,
Done
go!
everyone.
Just throw it. No, that's terrible. We do not condone that. Do not do that. That is not the right thing to do. But I think the other thing that was pretty cool about it is that didn't also Vergus get a bit angry about it as
Yes,
well?
a bit
Yeah, you got a little
standoffish.
nasty.
Yes.
Yeah, he was pretty standoffish as well.
What was his
But
issue?
I think the same as yours,
Sure.
wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was very much the same as yours.
I think I've just found a way to work that into my backstory. Actually,
Ooh,
it's
okay.
a weak tie-in, but it's a tie-in.
All right, so
it can be built upon.
What was that?
It can be built upon.
It can be built upon.
he really hates Jessie. He really, really hates her.
Honestly,
Maybe
not even
she
gonna lie.
let
That's
him
actually
on.
how I was gonna do it.
Maybe she let him on.
I was gonna say it's because Jessie's skirt was already so short.
Wow.
It just triggers me whenever I see a short skirt.
Yeah, see, the backstory is actually that Jet was working in the uniform department for Team Rocket.
Someone didn't give him the right measurement, so he just snapped it, and he just wants to kill every Team Rocket member.
Outright
ever.
refused to go with his his alterations. That's why he's so
So,
angry.
that brings up a good point, though. If someone catches a Meowth, are you gonna snap?
I'm not confirming anything about Team Rocket. I might just be leading you guys on.
I mean,
Can't really do a suspicious face, but I'll do an angry one.
Oh my gosh. But I mean, if it was hypothetically that, would you reckon that would make your character?
No, but I've given Amy two things. One's a goal and one's a new part of my backstory to make it more tragic. There is a chance. Yeah, more tragic.
You're all so depressed.
I'm actually feeling so bad because I'm making Jet get like we might have to have like depressed as a status condition because it's getting bad. So that there might be a Pokemon that he encounters that could cause him to sort of just shut down.
Is it Licky Tongue?
Did Jessie still have her Lickitung? No. I'm not telling you. We'll see.
Nidoking. Giovanni has a Nidoking, doesn't he?
Giovanni does have a Nidoking.
Or a Rhydon?
And a Brydon.
Interesting.
Because remember, in episode 1 or 2, I think it was 2, I did show interest at that kid that had a Nidoran in the Pokemon Center. I was going to go in and ask him where he got it from.
I think that was more like you wanted the intimidating Pokemon as well. Nidoking
It was. I can't. I want to. That's it. I don't want to have a specialty. I want to have a team of imposing Pokemon. And I'm a little worried because I don't see Poliwrath as being too imposing. Like, he's scary. He's a tanky little dude, but he's a little dude. I want
I
Pokemon that are
mean,
like Nidoking, Rhyperior, Big Boys, the Dragonites, the Titars. I want the big boys.
Hence the Larvitar, I guess.
Yeah, well, that was lucky. I was really hoping to get a Dratini. If I'd have just rolled one number higher.
I'm spewing. I honestly, I mean, even though it wasn't recorded, I'm spewing. I didn't try and lie my way into getting an encounter because I could have.
Could have tried, yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't think it would have worked on Professor Oak, though.
I have high guile though.
He's
Yeah.
Professor Oak.
That's Professor Oak. That's
I do think that's something we need to learn as well, or that Amy needs to implement or develop as well. It's just because we can take the action of something, just because you might get roll a natural 20 doesn't mean you're going to succeed at it. Like, say, if I wanted to challenge Professor Oak in a Pokemon education challenge, I might roll a natural 20. But come on, this 18-year-old kid does not know more about Pokemon than Professor Oak. You'd need to roll like a 90 or something. And you can't. If you roll a d20, you can't get a 90. So there are going to be certain things that we can do, but we just can't succeed at. And I want to see that implemented more.
Wouldn't that kind of break the whole dice mechanics though?
It's just because you can do something doesn't mean you're going to succeed at it. You might get the best bloody roll in the world, but it just still might not be good enough.
Amy just needs to implement that, and I think that this is something that she'll gain over time as well, and probably in a little bit of confidence, but she can be like, no, you're not able to do that.
Yes.
I'm not going to let you. DM says, no, it's not possible. You need to rethink your action.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, I'm actually really annoyed every time this happens. Every time she lets Vergus backflip onto a building. That's a great example. I don't care if he rolls a 20. You physically can't backflip onto the top of a 3rd-story building. Sorry, Amy. I love you. I love Jack. I love all you guys. I hate that you keep letting him do that. No. It doesn't matter if he rolls a 20. He can roll a 100. He's still not physically able to do that.
Might have some big boy calves.
Not a 3-story vertical leap.
Until he gets like a trampoline in his
You can change it. Have him scale the side of the building. That's fine, but not backflipping onto the building.
I think
that's gotten to me.
Some of the things just need to be limited on what we can and can't do. I think that that's something that the DM will get over time, and I just think that right now it's probably that she's also finding her groove. But
yes.
I think it'd be good to implement. Like, I could turn around and start lying to everyone. You could charm everyone. Finn could just fall asleep whenever he wants. Like, we need to. We just need to have. I guess Amy just needs to have like just. No,
feel comfortable telling us
that's
no.
not okay. You cannot do that. That does not flow in the campaign, and I won't allow you to do that.
And she will as well.
Yeah.
She can be a savage. So as soon as she knows how she's going to be running it long term, she'll have no issue doing that at all.
Yeah, when it all comes down to it, this is her game, and we're just the characters.
Yeah,
we're just going along for the ride.
Yeah, pretty much. In her eyes, we're NPCs.
Yes, yes, we are. I'm actually going to message Amy now as well to character development. Now that we speak of it,
so there's something I told him, like, look, I don't think this actually exists in the Pokemon world, but this is what I want. If I can beat the Elite Four or get recognized by the Elite Four, this is what I want to happen. I think it's a cool idea.
Okay.
It's a really cool idea.
It'll be very hard for her as well. Like, if she's got 5 different. I mean, I'm not sure if everyone's doing it, but I definitely know that me and Pokeboy are doing it. But like, just like the backstories and like trying to tie it into a campaign as well can get hard.
Yeah.
Good thing she's a professional writer.
This is true, yeah. So, I mean, I can't wait. I cannot wait to have the whole. I mean, I really do want it to take as long as possible when I say this, but I cannot wait for the entire campaign to pan out, and you see everyone go from like here to the next stage, and then you know exactly all these little decisions that we've done is leading it to our overall goal and what we want to do.
Yeah. What I'm excited for is that, like, sort of long-term game. Like, I'd be happy if this went for 300 episodes. I'd be happy if this actually went from once we clear Kanto, we go to Johto, then maybe we go to the Unova region, then we go to Hoenn, then maybe go to a brand new region that Amy creates that's not canon to the Pokemon world. I want to. That is what I want to do. I want to go everywhere. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. But I'd like to.
Then we tie into like the next area that we go with, like the Pokemon that we've developed and all the
Mhm.
stats and attributes as well.
Yeah,
And then we have to
gives
like kind of start fresh.
Oh, and I see. I don't know if we'd start fresh. I don't know if we'd do like an Ash Ketchum sort of thing where we leave all of our Pokemon, but our core partner. Maybe, maybe that is a. Actually, you could probably write that in. Be like the conditions for this region's Pokemon League is that every Pokemon that you use must be caught after registering for that league. That'd be a cool way, actually.
I think it'd be
I'd
cool
buy
if.
it too.
I think that it would be kind of cool as well if it. I mean, not saying that she's going to go this far, but now that I've probably said it, she probably might look into it. Creating like features or edges that she believes would do something within the campaign. Like if she decided, Kyle is too overpowered, she could have someone come in and roll to tell the truth, or I don't know. I'm just using something off the top of my head, but something like that would be pretty cool if she was able to create her own features that she thought would blend well. And
well, we can do that as well as though we could. She doesn't have to accept them, but we could go and be like, hey, I've just homebrewed a feature or an edge. Take a look. Let me know if you think it's balanced. There you go. Now all of a sudden you've got a skill or an edge or a feature that's unique to you.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll tie that into my backstory and see if she'll accept the feature or edge that I. Maybe yours would be like Lickitung Rage or something.
I've got no problem with Lickitung. It's not Lickitung.
I bet you don't.
Yeah. So, thoughts on my backstory?
Interesting.
I definitely am sticking with the Pokemon Rocket theory. I think that's down the right alley. What Pokemon or why? No idea. I mean, I could probably Google it after this and have some decent thoughts, but
no, just let it play out.
Yeah. No, I mean,
If you Google it, you'd probably get a brief. I'm saying you wouldn't. I don't think you'd get the entire story, but you definitely get an understanding.
But I mean, that's metagaming, so
yeah,
it's all good for me. But Volt's not going to determine this until late, so
yeah. I want to wait and see how it plays out. But I am very interested in your backstory in particular, and Vergus's.
Yeah, Vergus's too.
I need to figure that man out.
Well, I think out of everyone, I might be most curious about yours, Sam. Like Finn's backstory, like you're messed up. You are, dude. Like you're super messed up. You've got insomnia. You can't sleep. Again, this is just my theories. You're all PTSD'd out. We know you've just gone through a pretty horrific event. We don't know what extent the damage is in Hoenn. Like we know that Kyogre and Groudon, or I'm assuming if it was all that damage, that Kyogre and Groudon are sort of battling it out, and they've gone unchecked, maybe. But I don't know. I've never sort of been in a natural disaster, so I don't know if just sort of being forced to move to another area would be enough to cause this sort of trauma. So I'm worried. Oh, Finn had a little sister, didn't he? Her name was Nezuko Mizuko, and she got eaten by Kyogre.
Jeez.
I feel. Oh, look how sad he looks. Oh my god, dude! If you actually had a little sister that died to the Kyogre Groudon, I'm so sorry.
No,
I mean,
no.
He wouldn't he react pretty badly about me biting that girl's face though? So
he did.
That's probably not.
He did react terribly.
No, he comforted me. He conversated with me.
He comforted you when you opened up about it being about your mental health issues.
Yeah, well, I mean, I also told him why, but he also said if you ever feel the urge to do that again, come to me.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to see more children get hurt.
I don't think that it's.
I mean, there's more to it than that, but
yeah. I think that Finn is definitely a wild card. Vergus is a wild card. I mean, we're all wild cards, to be honest. It's very hard, and I don't think that. I think probably the only one that we don't have any inkling about at
Fergus.
all is Vergus.
Yeah, I
He's just
definitely think there's more to it than he just wants to camp.
Yeah, there has to be.
yeah.
There has to be. And if there's not
100%.
yet, there will be.
100%.
I mean, the DM did say if someone wants to turn and change and have a plot twist to message her. So
Yeah, well, that'd also work well, like with the moving to a different region as well. It'd give a natural breaking point in case, say, you know, say it takes us 2 years to get through Kanto, like 2 years real time, and after that, maybe Chris doesn't want to play anymore. So we'd be like, we're all going to the Johto region. He's like, oh, I'm gonna stay behind. Easy. He's ridden out of the story. Maybe we get a replacement. Maybe we don't. But it gives sort of those natural stopping points, or that natural development to allow people to stop playing if they want to. Or they can't keep playing, which will be pretty cool.
can we just make note on how many times Billy's tried to kick me out of the campaign? Whether it's Professor Oak killing me, now this, also the fact that I'm just apparently a disposable character.
Just edited by my Oak with the rifle photo here.
Yeah. I'm just like, okay.
I think it's probably just
is this Jet talking, or is this?
It's probably just the
Pokemon?
first name that comes to mind whenever he has like an example that
Yeah.
he needs to put forward.
It
This
is
true.
But I think there's definitely opportunity moving forward after this sort of storyline ends to have legacy characters, but then also bring in someone new. Especially given the community that Pokeboy has to find someone else to come in and play a different character.
Yeah, I'm also
I mean,
hoping...
Go on.
I was gonna say, yeah. So I'm hoping when somebody, or if somebody decides to join at the D&D membership level, that when they speak with Amy about a character, because obviously one of the perks is they'll have a character created that's them. I was thinking, so it's not just sort of a once-off NPC. They could be implemented as one of the recurring Team Nebula or Team Comet members. They could be someone that we interact with regularly.
100%.
And just because there's the 5 of us traveling doesn't mean we're not going to get NPCs that travel with us as well. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity to do that. So if you want to join the game as an NPC, check out the Pokemon D&D membership level on my channel.
Did anyone actually purchase it and decided to send gifts yet?
Not yet.
Wow, okay.
I nearly did it myself. I nearly did it so I could send myself some gifts, but...
Oh, cheeky.
I mean, what's a limit, though?
That'll be up to Amy.
Yeah, otherwise someone could be
won't
like,
be
all right,
crazy.
Here's a Master Ball.
Yeah, it won't be a Master Ball.
Yeah.
It might be, because it's a once a month type thing, which means every 2 sessions you might get a gift. You might get a gift of 5 Pokeballs or 2 potions or something.
I don't like that a certain Peach is very keen on delivering a Voltorb that's willing to self-destruct on a certain character.
Hold on a second, she backtracked on that. She might send me like...
Trust me.
Absolutely, she has not.
Peaches, if you're listening to this, please just send me a Zap plate. I will absolutely slay with Surge. Just send me something like that. Something that boosts his attack. I'll start slapping people if you want.
What are you gonna try to fully evolve Cushion? Surge, sorry. Is he gonna become a Raichu?
No, I can tell you right now, he's not.
Is he gonna stay a Pichu forever?
Not a Pichu.
Pikachu.
Yeah, I think that I'm going to create the iconic look of the Pikachu, but I've already made my decision about what Pokemon that I want to evolve. Like Cushion will fully evolve. I'll make that known. Oh, yeah, Floppy, if he stays around, possibly. I mean, I did actually level him up a bit, so I mean, I did give him a bit of XP last session, but yeah, no, Pichu is he'll go to Pikachu but not Raichu. I'm not gonna waste a Thunderstone on him.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. I don't want a Raichu.
Huh. See, I had to push everything into Charmander last one because he didn't have a special attack. He only had Scratch and Growl, and he didn't have Ember until he hit level 6. So I had to just keep pumping him with experience.
So you only had 2 moves. Wait, no, you would have had 30. You would have had struggle as
and
well,
struggle,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There
So
is, yeah, because I was like, damn, you got unlucky. That's not cool. Pichu just got 4.
yeah, you guys
think.
all had a lot, and then mine had 2. But
Oh,
I'm
Squirtle's
surprised.
only got 3.
Well, still,
It
3
doesn't have a
including
special.
struggle. Oh, it didn't
Struggle,
have a special.
tackle, and tail whip.
Okay, so maybe Bulbasaur was similar then. I was very happy with how quick my speed was, though. Like my Charmander's speed is at 12.
Yeah.
I like how the flow of that felt in battle as well, and I don't like the fact that after, I think we only did it once, and I think it was a bit of a hiccup throughout it. Was that someone? I think it was either you switched from Larvitar to Charmander, and
I
then you're
said,
like,
does
oh
that
well, now my
increase
speed's
my-
gone up. I have to go up. Yeah, and then I was like, oh, just keep the order. It just keeps it
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah,
It's
well,
very.
we corrected
So,
that.
We've
session,
corrected that
yeah.
already.
That's true.
But yeah, what we need to do is stop just going by speed. We actually have to roll initiative because that'll factor in other issues as well. But initiative will factor in our speed. So that's what we need to do, and then just whatever that spot is, that's what we stick at.
I like it. I think that overall the whole dynamics of last session in terms of the thing, I think we're still working out the kinks, but we're getting there. We'll get there.
Yeah, definitely.
No,
What else?
Are you gonna? So are you gonna invest into Peaches? 'Cause, I mean, you've just said that you don't find Poliwrath to be a very intimidating Pokemon. So is it worth investing in
It's
Peaches?
definitely an
Keeping
intimidating.
in heart, you might break someone's heart if you say no.
Yeah,
I know, right? I know. And she's literally like the most dedicated member in the community, so I can't. I've got to be. I feel like I'm kind of trapped now.
You decided to name it Peaches.
It was
It is
purely for
self-inflicted.
the it was purely for the alliteration. Just Peaches the Poliwag.
A lot of that going around too. I noted that in this session.
Because I was really hoping to get Nidoran. Male or female, didn't care. I would have preferred male because I like Nidoking more. I just didn't.
I was very happy with my Vulpix.
I was very happy with getting gangbanged by retarders.
Sooner I can get a Ninetales, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to note that Christmas said he's not going to waste a Thunderstone on Pikachu. Does that mean you plan to go for a Jolteon in the future?
I mean, if Eevee's ever an occasion that pops up, maybe.
See, that's another one. It's not an imposing Pokemon, but I really want a Glaceon.
Yeah, I don't find that very intimidating at
It's
all.
not. It's not. I just love it. I think that'd be.
Sylveon's not very intimidating, but I'd still go for one.
That's true. I'd probably argue that. Finn.
Sylveon.
Yeah.
I'd probably argue that Glaceon is the least most powerful evolution of Eevee. Ice is extremely weak.
Boy, Flareon.
No, I would probably argue that Glaceon is weaker than Flareon. The move pools that you're going to get with Glaceon compared to Flareon, you don't know.
Regardless, I just like Glaceon.
What haven't they brought out an Eevee? What bug? They haven't brought out a bug version.
No, there's a bunch they haven't brought out. They released a statement a couple of years back saying that they're not going to release any more evolutions, which I think is a really stupid idea. I feel like
I want a Dragon
DNA
Dog.
Pokemon. There should
You hear
be
that,
one of
Pokemon
each
Company?
form. But they
Dragon
messed up.
Dog.
They messed up when they brought out Sylveon, not bringing out an accompanying one. Like they could have brought out Sylveon and a dragon. That way, it still had the one was stronger than the other. So Fairy is super effective against dragon. I would have evened it out because everybody would have been going for that dragon Eevee. But that's the same year that Fairy types were released. So everyone would have gone for it. But in the competitive scene, Fairy would have dominated it. So it could have been very balanced.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you had to re-roll your encounter from episode 2, you'd roll a Nidoran. Would you prefer a Nidoran compared to Peaches?
I would have preferred to encounter a. That's a tough
I'll take the name out of it. Hold on, because that's pretty personal. Like it sounds like you're
it's
talking.
named Peaches, so that's what I'm going to call it. So that's a tough one because I didn't expect it, and it is strong. It is a level 10. It is the strongest Pokemon in all of our parties. It is the single strongest Pokemon traveling with us at the moment. And it's got a powerful moveset. It's got Hypnosis. It's got a bunch of water moves.
Definitely lucked out.
Definitely lucked out. It's a tough one. Because it's going to help a lot with Brock.
You'll blitz through Brock.
I'll blitz through it, man. But I can always go back and get a Nidoran. I'm just happy it's not frequently, or it's not often you can get a water Pokemon at the beginning of your journey. And I did.
Oh, in saying that, we still got to go through Route 2 to get up. So you've got a chance to get
through the
up.
forest.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Finn, is there one particular Pokemon that you're like, absolutely I need it in my party? No?
Not
You're
really.
muted, man. Oh no, you're not. Sorry.
Not really. Not that I can think of right now.
Where's the one that you want?
My weird affinity for Rapidash comes to mind.
Cantonian or Galarian?
Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to get Galarian, so...
Hasn't been ruled out.
True.
I mean, it could be a random encounter. Maybe you meet a trainer from Galar and you do a little tradey trade.
True. Well, I would like the Galarian one.
Okay, say you catch a Ponyta, you spend 3 sessions with it, you've bonded with this Ponyta. A trainer from Galar comes over.
100%.
You would trade your Cantonian
100%.
for that Galarian? Okay.
100%.
You just want to use... Okay. You want a
It's
fairy
pretty.
Force Unicorn? It's very pretty.
It's a
As
very
Jed is
pretty Pokemon.
noting down exactly what he just said there. I saw you.
I don't know
If I bonded with it, I wouldn't.
I don't know if Galarian Ponyta have got the same physical capabilities or feats that regular Ponyta do.
No.
Probably not. But I would probably keep the Ponyta, man. But those dudes, you could literally leap a mountain range. It's
True.
crazy.
So right now, my party's pretty much all attack focused, so I guess I'll have to find some form of defending Pokemon at some point.
I definitely want to find something that's going to help the party. I think that's probably the next goal for Volt.
Yeah. What do you want?
Minus or Plusle would be pretty cool.
Minun or Plusle?
Yeah.
Really?
They've got some helping moves. They're pretty good. They're very good supporting Pokemon. But I mean, it might not even pop up. So I think there is definitely one that ties with my backstory and is a necessity. It's not a want. It's a necessity for my goal.
How long until you get that Electabuzz?
It's not Electabuzz, and it's gonna take me a while before we even get close to where we can encounter it. If we're going on Pokemon knowledge, I mean, if I get Zapdos, I'm sweet. I'm chilling. I mean, I think everyone would probably want to try and catch that Zapdos though. So, but it's not a legendary. That is a necessity that I need in my.
And it is a Cantonian Pokemon?
Yes, sir.
Jolteon.
Jolteon? Not Jolteon.
It's not Jolteon.
Caterpie. It's Caterpie.
You're under me. No, it's not Caterpie.
God, I'm terrible at these when I got to think of them on the spot.
It's really good to know that you can't think of it. Like, I'm glad. It's kind of. It's reassuring that you're not. Well, I mean, it's reassuring knowing that the first Pokemons that you're thinking of are not anywhere close to what you.
I'm assuming it's an electric type, though.
You'll have to wait and find out.
out here wanting a Gengar.
I mean, damn, I wouldn't mind a Gengar. Gengars are pretty good.
If we come across a Ghastly, I'm getting that bad boy.
Sure. Unless I get like another 4 roll again.
What else? What do I want next? Where are we going? We're going to be going through Mount. Is there going to be anything like Mount Moon you want to get?
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind getting a Zubat, to be honest. I don't know if we have the ability to evolve it to a Crobat, but if we do, boy, it does some damage.
I like Crobat. Oh, what about you? Is Finn after anything in Mount Moon?
I'm not sure. There's a lot of options, isn't
Is there?
there?
But his goal is to just catch everything, right?
Oh, that's true. You know what?
You
Yeah.
just, yeah, I mean, you're just going to be like, whatever encounter, I don't care. You're a part of my party.
Oh, here's the thing:
Maybe-
is Mewtwo still going to be in Cerulean Cave? Or has Red caught it yet?
I'm going to say no, because at the moment, we've also confirmed with the DM that we can swim. I think it'll be very dumb idea if you go in that cave, because the Pokemon will be
Oh, the
extremely
Pokemon are
strong.
all like level 70 and then no.
Okay,
Besides,
no.
there's Afro Man anyway. He'll stop you from getting in.
True,
I was
true.
thinking, in terms of Mount Moon, I've already got a Sandshrew, so
You don't want Clefairy.
maybe like a Geodude.
What's going to happen with the fossils? Are we all going to get the ability to have a fossil?
Well, they Team Rocket are mining fossils in there, so I guess maybe we'll just roll. People who get over a 15 or something
Team
get a
Rocket,
fossil.
you say?
Yes, I did say.
Very curious as to why you brought up Mount Moon.
And Team Rocket.
Because Mount Moon's like the next big location.
This is my suspicious face.
Also, where you first encounter Team Rocket, right?
What are your thoughts on pant legs?
Wait, what?
He's doing the whole he's doing the whole Jesse short skirt. You were there, the person making all the outfits.
I'm onto you, boy. I'm onto you.
It's his backstory. He's actually just like a very professional suit maker.
That'd be great, man.
Yeah, what about you though? Are you after like a, I don't know, like an Absol or something?
Mount Moon,
Me or
Is there a
really?
Mount Moon?
Yeah, it'd be pretty clutch if you can catch an Absol off Mount Moon.
You sure? Maybe in Let's Go, but let's have a look. I remember. I should remember this. I'm pretty sure I did a Mount Moon video a while ago. You can get Sandshrew, Clefairy, Zubat, Paris, Geodude. No, man, that's it. There's no Absol.
Let's check Bulbapedia.
I'm on Bulbapedia. You can get Onyx. Oh, wait. 5, 6. This is from Generation 7 onwards. So maybe...
Control F.
No, still no Absol.
Ab. Right there. Gen 4. Absol. Special
What?
Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, special Pokemon doesn't count. That's like an event.
Oh,
It's
you
not-
never
it's not
know.
just-
The DM's decision.
Yeah. There's
That's
every
true.
chance none of this could happen, so we're just speculating here.
That's true. Maybe we don't even do it. Maybe we don't even go through Mount Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that directed at me? Am I after an Absol?
Yeah.
Nah.
You're asking us, what are you after?
Everyone knows I want a Dragonite.
Oh, yeah, that's a given.
But apart from that, it depends what Pokemon from other regions we can encounter. Because at the risk of just being a huge basic bitch, I really want a Metagross as well. What else?
You're really going for the scary things.
Yeah, I want like an imposing team. It always really annoyed me in the anime when you get to the Pokemon League and people are still running with first and second evolution form Pokemon. I'm like, are you kidding? This is the biggest Pokemon competition of the year, and you're not bringing in the A team. You haven't fully evolved your it annoys me so much. So no, if you're gonna be the best, you got a big boy team. But if I can only go for Kanto, and I want some imposing boys. Yeah, I'd want a Nidoking. I'd probably want a Gyarados. Don't really want a Kangaskhan. Well, I'd get if I find a Scyther, I'll catch it, 100%. What else? What other big boys are there?
Snorlax.
I'd get a Snorlax in an instant.
Big boy.
Yeah. Dude's a powerhouse.
Yeah, you don't need
Pinsir.
a tent if you get a Snorlax.
What's that?
Don't need a tent if you get a Snorlax.
What do you
There's a
mean that he's
mattress
just
right
gonna
there.
lift up? I thought you're implying he's just gonna like lift up his stomach and there's a cave.
I was just
Like, I
gonna
was like,
like
whoa.
tauntaun it, lightsaber into his belly and sleep in there.
Yeah, like a Tauntaun.
Yeah,
Hey, you got a pocket knife, so
that's true.
could do that.
Anything else I'd want?
I'm operating under the assumption that since we're in the Kanto region, it's probably just the original 151.
So I don't think it will because we've already encountered like Spinnerax
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
in trainers. The
I've
way
also
I'm
got a
saying this
cushion.
isn't any. Yeah, this isn't the way I'm speaking. This isn't anything I've spoken to Amy as well. But I'd be happy if it was sort of 80% of all the encounters were Kanto, then maybe 15% were Johto, and then a 5% was a mixture of other Pokemon from other areas under very, very special circumstances.
Yeah.
Because I'd be a little annoyed if I found like Galarian or a Alolan Pokemon in Kanto, but if as long as it was explained.
I mean, we got the ability to pick on where we originated from, so.
I mean, I guess it has to play into it at some point, I guess.
Yeah.
What? Did you get a? I'm trying to think of another one.
Yeah, right. It's tough to think of them off the top of your head.
You get a Pinsir? I mean, it can be pretty intimidating to look at.
I'd say I want a Farfetch'd, but I really only want Surfetch'd. So.
Yeah.
Surfetch is just so cool.
Yeah, he is.
Surfetch'd just cool. What else? Maybe I'd get a Taurus.
Yeah.
Just a big boy, because that'd be something I could just sort of ride across the land as well.
What about like an Abra or a Hypno?
Oh, I'd want an Alakazam and a Gengar.
Hypno is not that scary.
I wouldn't
to be
really care
honest.
about Hypno.
Magma.
One of the Hitmons.
Oh yes, so I'd probably go for a.
He's got to go to Hitmonchan because that Superman punch though.
Yeah, I'd have to go Hitmonchan.
Watch him
Sweet.
reenact that Superman punch when he's like,
that
"Fire
Superman
punch!"
Yeah. So if that happens, you guys will see
It's
me
going
like
in a
sparring
compilation
with
somewhere.
Hitmonchan.
Yes. Do you know the other thing that I actually looked at? I mean, bit of a breaky here, but one of my abilities, I actually have the ability once we're at a long rest to actually have my Pokemon train against each other, gain XP.
Interesting.
Which I was just like, wow, that can be pretty clutch. If we're not in a place to heal though, bit rubbish. But hey, look, I mean, it'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Would you get if you had an Eevee, Jet, or Finn, or both?
Glaceon.
You'd get Glaceon, Finn. I'm guessing Vaporeon.
No, I guess yeah, probably.
Not Sylveon?
Yeah, I mean, if I can get Sylveon, sure.
Yeah,
I guess it all
think
just
we'll be
depends
able
on
to,
what
man.
system gets put in check.
I think if it's something that, like an Eevee where it's had multiple evolutions across multiple generations, I think we'll be able to get them all.
Yeah. Thoughts on getting like a stepdaddy mime going?
Well, we're heading to Pallet Town. Maybe we'll find Mr. Mime and Delia down there.
Sounds a beast back there.
Stepdaddy mime.
Stepdaddy Mime. I don't know, man. Nah.
No,
My
don't want a
claustrophobia
mime.
wouldn't let me.
I guess that's fair.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, another thing I also wanted to bring up with you. Why haven't you nicknamed your other Pokemon? You nicknamed
know,
one.
man.
You're waiting for
nicknamed
like
one.
subathon or something like that. You're like, all right, well, next person who actually subscribes to the membership gets the name Charmander.
No, I don't
I've
know,
named
man.
3.
I've never been the biggest fan of nicknaming for my Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm getting my friend to suggest things to me.
I've kind of just always been a fan of just That's their name. If they want a nickname, they'll let me know.
You know what? I want a Lapras.
Lapras is something also I'd get. Yeah.
Lapras
always
isn't
forget
very
about
intimidating.
I'm not going for the intimidation factor.
No, you
Oh,
meant
but
that for me.
Jet
Lapras
was...
are huge.
Yeah,
The one that
I wouldn't really call it intimidating, though.
The one that Ash, Tracy, and Misty traveled around on, man, was a baby. Like, Lapras are big.
If you only get to roll one legendary, or the chance to catch one, and you only got one chance in the campaign, let's say hypothetical, which legendary would you choose?
Out of what generation?
A Kanto.
So it's going to be Mew,
Gen
Mewtwo, Zapdos, Moltres, or Articuno. Articuno.
In Arcana as well.
Maybe Moltres. I do like the look of that birdie boy.
I think I'd go Mewtwo.
Of course you would.
The beast. What are you saying there? What are you saying? What are you implying there, huh? What are you implying?
You have a connection to the tortured beast.
Maybe that. Strongest psychic in Kanto
in
region.
particular, he wants the Japanese Mewtwo.
I don't even want to talk about that.
Not again.
I don't know. It was heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking, man. What is there anything else? We're about to hit 2 hours. I don't really want to go over 2 hours. I want to get to bed and go to sleep.
Yeah.
What happened? So we've arrived in Pallet Town.
Yep.
And we're going to short rest.
Yeah. It's about 3 in the afternoon, I think. So we're gonna.
I think it'll be 3 p.m. by the time we stop resting. Yeah, or it's 3 p.m. now.
Oh,
it's 3 p.m. when we got there.
3 p.m. when we got there.
Okay. So.
Oh, Danny Longleg. What was that?
Where you going?
What's that?
Oh, there's a spider here.
Oh.
Watched it crawl past my screen. Never mind.
Random. Yeah, no.
So
I'm pretty sure
I think it's about 3 in the afternoon, and we were just sort of getting our bearings outside Oak's place.
What do you got? What are your intentions for Pallet Town?
Not sure. Maybe sort of learn more about my current party, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm curious to see which NPCs are there.
Yeah, me too.
I think that'll play into what I'm going to do there.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to try and steal Pokemon from the Oak Corral?
Hell no. I bet you he's going to rip that lab coat off and have like a 19 pack or something.
Yep.
Like just absolutely beefed out. And then just boot me into the head and just...
Yep, Chad Oak.
That's it. Yeah. He's just a beast boy. No, I'm not messing with Professor Oak.
Again.
But...
Yeah, anymore.
What do you mean again?
You sent him a bill.
No. I didn't send him a bill. Dennis sent him a bill.
On your behalf.
I'm going to be very cautious about how I approach if Professor Oak's in that thing.
I like, hey, Professor Oak, have you gotten any unexpected charges to your credit card lately?
I'll just have to put my my beanie over my head, cut out some holes, just run in there, belly up. I'm curious to see which NPCs. I think that, depending on who's there, like what I can get out of that information, might release my backstory a little bit. But yeah, if there's not the right NPCs, I'll wait a little bit longer.
Can you a little hint about your backstory, maybe?
I brought it up in one of the episodes. One of them, no, not behind the scenes, but in one of the sessions, I did bring up a intention as to what I plan to do.
Okay.
Don't think you did.
I did. I know I did.
Don't think you did.
I did. I purposely left it there.
Nope, I think you were going to, and then you didn't, because we've spoken about this.
Negative. I said it.
If you say so.
Yeah, no, I'm very certain that I did. But I also think that a lot of my... What is the Danny Long doing? Um, sorry.
Wait,
I think
what are you? How are you
player
seeing what's
chat.
happening on Sam's screen?
I
You
sent
click-
photos to Discord.
and click players chat, and it's there in photos. He sent photos.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, because I can't see otherwise. You guys
Never
disappear.
mind. I just
Okay.
very distracted. You guys were talking.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, what the hell? Are you, how am I? How are you seeing this? He's got a virtual. everything.
I'm just that good.
So yeah, I brought up a little bit of it, but mind you, I'm still crossroading about what I'm gonna do with my character and where I'm gonna go and what I'll adventure in and yeah, look
Still
into.
early days.
Yeah. How would you
It's
react?
very
if,
early days.
How would either of you react if you were to walk in on or witness Jet, and I mean this in the truest sense of the word, torturing somebody? Like I mean like flaying, peeling skin off. I mean really hurting someone.
If it's Daisy, I'm not
No,
gonna
it's not
react very
Daisy.
nicely.
It's not Daisy. Okay, Finn isn't going to react too well.
I'd probably ask
I-
what alterations they asked for on their uniform to start.
They were just looking to change the diameter of their forearm by about 17 level layers of skin.
Wow.
So I'm just helping
And,
them out.
can we just really back up to the start of behind the scenes where you said I'm horrific? Like,
Dude, it's gonna
just
get
saying you're gonna
bad, like-
fillet some dude.
Dude, it's gonna get graphic. I'm gonna be cutting fingers and toes off if these people don't give me the answers I need. Like, it's gonna get really graphic. It's gonna get disgusting.
As my character, I don't think that I will want to witness that.
You just walk away.
No, I think I'll run away.
Okay, good.
I'll be extremely
That's right. As long as you're not getting in the middle of it,
well, I mean, depending on who it is.
you probably won't care. But if you do care, you might be on my table next.
Good luck. I will rip your face up, boy.
You could try.
I mean, I've got type advantage over a lot of your Pokemon there.
Jet's got every advantage over Volt the Third.
Not type advantage.
Say that to the next double kick to the head.
Jet does? Or
Jet.
his Pokemon
No,
does?
Jet.
Okay. I haven't established on how much combat skill I have, bro.
Doesn't matter. He's going nuts.
Alright, we'll see. We'll see.
Spotty, you fell.
And the other thing that we didn't bring up is that you politely rejected me. I think that was the only nice
Oh, the
thing.
potion?
Yeah, or no, I think was it a first? Oh, it was a potion, yeah, because you're
Yeah.
like, my Pokemon aren't hurt. I'm like, oh no, that's awkward.
You offered it for Larvitar, but Larvitar didn't get hurt. No, Peaches. You
got-
offered it to Peaches, but Peaches wasn't hurt. But
wasn't it
Charmander
Charmander?
was.
Charmander.
No. So you said to heal your Poliwag. I said Poliwag took no damage, but in my head I'm like, crap. Charmander did take damage, and I really want to take this, but I don't want to take anything off him.
I was tempted to throw it to you in the middle of the battle and waste my turn on that, but I mean, we looked at it when Cooper did it to Ekans. He got like a +4. Like, it's not your traditional +20. Like, that thing is rubbish.
Yeah,
It does
we might
not
need
heal
that.
much.
That might need to be fixed.
A little boosted, yeah, because it was pretty weak. Like, he has like 45 HP or something like that, and he got a +4. And I was like, yeah, that's gonna take him a lot to heal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. But hey, look, I mean, you know, how are you gonna react if one of us turned around and we're like, right, we're Team Rocket or multiple? How are you gonna react to that?
Let's just hope that doesn't happen. For your character's sakes.
Your character's sakes. What happens if this is the path that you lead that goes off to kill your character? Because multiple. What happens if all four of us are Elite Four and you're not? Sorry, Elite Four, Team Rocket, and you turn around and you say, "Nah, I don't tolerate that at all," and you go to take 1v4.
I wouldn't if that was the case. I would pretend like nothing was an issue. And then I would probably sneak into your tents individually at night and do what needed to be done.
Do what needs to
Alright,
be done.
striking
Just walk
Team
in.
Rocket connection from my backstory.
Yeah. Move to Team Magma.
Hello, Team Yell.
Oh god.
Yeah. Maybe
Oh,
maybe Giovanni's my daddy and he abandoned me, so I'm hunting him down.
that's a very interesting thing that you randomly just said then. I am still going to stick to the fact that you do not like Giovanni. Giovanni did something to you.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the only one, if I was going to pinpoint taking myself out, Vergus is the person that I would think would flip out to Team Rocket.
As in flip out or join them?
As in he is Team Rocket.
He's
like
Team Rocket.
he's imposter amongst the group.
The fact that he poison powdered an old man, yes. that definitely could be it.
Very skeptical.
Very much so.
Maybe Finn, the goodest boy, is playing the long game.
Maybe.
Hey, look,
He
I
could
mean, they'll be happy because in episode 1 and 2, I called you out. So, I mean, I'll be like, look,
I mean, I'm
that's a
not, but
wizard.
if I was,
No, fair call.
Cool. Anything else, guys? Anything else you wanted to cover?
I think so.
Watch out, Pokeboy.
Watch out for who?
Just watch his character. He's gonna start slaughtering.
Oh, watch out for Pokeboy.
Yeah. Watch out for Pokeboy.
Watch out
I'm
for
just
Pokeboy.
I'm not
interested to see
threatening.
what the future holds for everyone.
Volt is not threatening Pokeboy. I'm just saying, watch out for Pokeboy.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna show some violence.
Well, I hope it doesn't happen, but if it does, it's going to be bad.
Man, if you call Officer Jenny on my little assault, just imagine what I'm gonna do when I see you filleting some dude.
Yeah, but then you're putting that Officer Jenny's life in risk, man.
We're just gonna call you Ramsay Snow.
Excuse me, he was legitimized. That is Ramsay Bolton to you.
No.
What a nerd.
No, was he
Do
that?
not try and challenge my Song of Ice and Fire knowledge.
Wow.
That being said, House of the Dragon tomorrow. Rhaenyra's
So
got a new actress.
So keen.
It's no longer
Rhaenyra's growing on me.
Millie Alcock.
Really?
Mhm.
What on earth?
Because it's a time skip. It's going to be like a 20-year time skip. Or an
Next
18-year
episode?
time skip. Yep.
Really?
Last episode was the last one that Millie Alcock was in it.
Damn, that sucks. What about Allison? Yeah, that's off topic.
Again,
Off topic.
20-year time skips. Most of the people that were kids are going to be different actors now. I promise you guys, if you don't know anything about the Dance of the Dragons, you guys are in for a treat.
I don't. So I'm in for a treat.
Bloody treat. We'll call it there, though. Trainers, that is the end of episode 3 of our behind-the-scenes Pokemon D&D campaign. I hope you guys are as excited as I am, as excited as we are for what's going to happen, because literally anything could happen. I'm very fond of the title of this week's episode, Maidens and Mutilations.
Very apt.
And I think it was very apt. Oh, thank you. I love that we both used the word apt. Yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy. Look out for our next episode. I think we're doing it on when did Amy say, like the 12th?
I have no idea.
She said something, but it should be about 2 weeks, and we should be back on regular schedule by then. Remember, if you want to become an NPC or a recurring member, or even be able to send gifts to help or hinder us, join the D&D membership membership level on the YouTube channel, guys. You'll be able to also have a personalized message read out to that character. So there's a lot that could be done. There's a few other things as well, but you can go and read that on YouTube. Guys, on behalf of the Viridian 5, thank you. Have a great night.